Up on Unpeeled, Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott call it quits.
Yeah, Carmella, a classic docu-series is returning to television.
And Simone Biles is back in the record books.
All that and more coming up on Unpeeled.
Welcome back to another edition of Syracuse Unpeeled. I'm Carmella Boykin.
And I'm Max Chadwick. We've got a great show for you guys, so let's jump right in.
New details have been released from a rape allegation against former Today Show anchor Matt Lauer. In a new book, Catch and Kill, journalist Ronan Farrow interviews NBC employee Brooke Nevels. Nevels says Lauer raped her in his hotel room at the 2014 Sochi Olympics.
Yeah, Carmella, in a statement today, Lauer has said the act was consensual and part of an affair. Nevels was an assistant to Meredith Vieira at the time of the rape, and Nevels says she reported the allegation with Vieira's encouragement. Now Nevels chose to remain anonymous and kept the full details of the allegation private until now. And Carmella, in other news, Rihanna has confirmed that she was offered to perform at last year's Super Bowl. However, she declined to perform in support of the protest from Colin Kaepernick. In the end, Maroon 5 agreed to headline alongside Travis Scott and Big Boy.
That's right, Max. In that same interview, Rihanna said that performing at the event would be like selling out. Kaepernick last played in the NFL in 2016, the year he began kneeling during the national anthem as a form of protest for race inequality and brutality. And Max, Rihanna wasn't the only one to deny performing last year. Cardi B has also confirmed that she denied the opportunity to perform as well.
Yeah, and not only that, Carmella, but Jay-Z also said that he denied the opportunity to perform at that halftime show. Now, it's been a little controversial with Jay-Z. He's currently partnered with the NFL now to promote entertainment and social justice, which has been a major controversy, him kind of flip-flopping on whether he supports the NFL or is against it.
So Rihanna's a no right now. Jay-Z, we may see in the future, but Max, who's your dream Super Bowl performance?
So this will never happen. This is a little controversial too. I want Kanye West and Taylor Swift together on stage. But here's the thing. When Kanye goes on, he grabs the mic and Taylor snatches it away from him and said, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish.
I like that. Nice rebuttal. Nice way to remain victorious. Take back the mic.
It would be awesome.
Now, Max, I don't have a dream pairing for the NFL, but I do love the new Disney streaming service that Disney's going to be having. As the streaming war continues to expand, one entrant is working to push out the competition. Disney announced this week that it plans on blocking ads for Netflix on its television networks ABC, Freeform, and FX. This comes as Disney's own streaming service, Disney Plus, is just weeks away from launching.
Yeah, Carmella, according to the Los Angeles Times, however, Disney will still allow Netflix ads on its other network, ESPN, going forward. Disney will not be the only company launching a new streaming service, as Warner Media's HBO Max and NBC's Peacock are both set to come out this April. As of today, Disney has yet to announce any ad restrictions for those two companies. Now, Carmella, this is a little surprising because Disney could lose on millions of scatter advertising dollars, which is money that is committed closer to the air date on which a commercial needs to run. So because they could lose out, those competitors could gain those dollars as a result.
That's true, and Disney must be really confident in the profits that they're going to get from this new streaming service because different companies like CBS and NBC are going to be able to pick up that revenue.
Yeah, absolutely. And Disney's telling most streamers that it will not run their commercials unless the company has a broader relationship with Disney that can encompass not just advertising, but such things as distribution for programming. So look, Disney owns so much, they're not going to struggle making money by any means. But it makes sense now that Disney, is kind of pushing out these ads from major streaming services.
Absolutely, and hopefully the content that they have will bring in enough people to be able to make up for it.
And Carmella, the controversy does not stop with Disney. The University of Kansas athletic department has come under fire for the school's annual late night at the Fog celebration. Now, the event held before KU's basketball season featured what many deemed an inappropriate performance from rapper Snoop Dogg.
That's right, Max. Snoop's performance was scrutinized for including pole dancers, profanity, and a money gun. Kansas Athletic Director Jeff Long said in a statement that the university apologizes for Snoop Dogg's performance and that they take full responsibility for not properly vetting the show. Long added the university failed to create a family atmosphere they were hoping to achieve at the event. Now, Max, Snoop Dogg didn't apologize to this. Instead, he responded to the backlash saying, quote, when you pay for Snoop Dogg, you're gonna get Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, and Carmella, not only that, but this could be a dig at the NCAA from Kansas, who was just placed on heavy sanctions from the NCAA for illegally recruiting players by enticing them with money. So that could be a dig at them.
That's true. And if someone is going to make a statement, someone who has that much power, Snoop Dogg is going to be the person to do it. He's known for, his kind of like lax style. So he's the person to do it without much drawback. But the university told entertainment managers when they booked Snoop Dogg that they wanted a clean version of the show. They also said that they didn't know, quote, acrobatic dancers meant strippers in the entertainment world.
Look, Carmella, students say they loved the event and expected the performance that they got. They said it's for college students, not kids, and they want Snoop to come back for future events.
Now, I'm not quite sure what kind of family event you would do booking Snoop Dogg, the king of gin and juice and other songs like that.
He's fun. That's fun. True. He's for college students. All right, coming up, Universal first partnered with Jordan Peele on the 2017 film Get Out, but now the two are looking forward to bigger and better things.
Find out more about the award-winning director's new partnership and what it means for Universal going forward. Next on Unpeeled.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed.
I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it.
I just want my family to be safe.
But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
One of Hollywood's most creative directors is committing long-term to Universal. Earlier this week, Jordan Peele signed a 5-year first-look deal with Universal Pictures. This ensures the Universal distribution rights to Peele's company, Monkey Paw Productions, to the next 2 films. Joining us now for more on this exciting partnership is Unpeeled's industry reporter, Liam Crowley. So Liam, was this the right move for Peele in his career?
I mean, at this point in Jordan Peele's career, I think it's a genius move. I mean, Universal has been pretty reliable to Peele in the past. The past 2 films, Get Out and Us, were smash hits. I mean, Get Out had a budget of $4.5 million and a worldwide gross of $255 million. And then they gave him a little more trust, $20 million budget for Us, and that also grossed $255 million. So they know that he's a consistent director that's going to consistently earn them money. They're trusting him more, rather, giving him bigger budgets. And I think that his track record now shows he can be trusted with that budget north of the $40, $50 million range, get those better actors, get those better sets, maybe do a little more explosions if he wants to get into that. But I think Jordan Peele, at this point, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been a dynamic duo so far, and I'm looking forward to more work from the partnership with the studio and the director.
So Liam, is there any concern, though, that there will be studio interference in Peele's creative process?
I mean, there's always that concern. I encourage Peele to tread very lightly when it comes to studio interference. Make sure that they don't interrupt his creative vision too much. Universal does have a pretty good track record, however, when it comes to letting directors run free. Let them be creative. Don't force down, franchising and certain characters and certain storylines. I would be concerned if it was Sony. We saw the Amazing Spider-Man franchise failed because they tried to set up way too much in those movies. 20th Century Fox, Josh Trank infamously, before Fantastic Four came out in 2015, tweeted out saying, "This isn't my movie, this is the studio's movie." And even Disney, you guys talked about it, they control everything. They own everything. They're very minute when it comes to what they control. They want to make sure they have a hand on everything. So if he signed a deal with Disney, I'd be pretty worried because also they're a very PG-13 company. So it would worry me that they wouldn't let him do his R-rated style. So I think Universal makes sense at this point in Jordan Peele's career. Their big franchise, Fast and Furious, is coming to a close in April 2021. So they need those fresh franchises that can power them forward. And I think Jordan Peele is the exact guy you want to push this company to the stratosphere.
Definitely. And speaking of fresh, we've seen 2 horror films from Jordan Peele, which is different compared to his comedy that he's done. So what are you most looking forward to in Peele, especially now that he's going to have more liberty with more money?
Well, absolutely. He is going to do another horror film, and that's the Candyman sequel, which will serve as a soft reboot to the 1992 original. It was a cult classic. It didn't make a lot of money, but it was one of Jordan Peele's favorite movies. So the fact that he gets to put his own spin on it, I'm very excited for that. Production for that movie did start in August, and Peele will not be directing, but he did scribe the project, which is enough to get me invested, and details about what's going on in the movie are being kept under wraps, which, I mean, that's got to get you excited. Whatever is going on in this movie is way too secretive for the public to know now, so that gets me very excited. It's going to star Yahya Abdul-Mateen II.
Ooh.
He was from Aquaman. He's very great in Hollywood. And Teyona Paris, from If Beale Street Could Talk, another great up-and-coming actor. And Peele also did tease in an interview that he's working on a possible horror movie inspired by Tinder. That's got Black Mirror vibes written all over it.
Baby.
I'm very excited to see something like that in the future.
I can't wait for that. Liam, thanks so much.
Absolutely.
So in other news, celebrity power couple Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner are splitting up. According to a report from TMZ, the two are walking away from their relationship and have not been seen together since the premiere of Scott's documentary, Look Mom, I Can Fly. The announcement has sprung a number of rumors, including allegations of cheating and the possibility of Jenner reconnecting with ex-boyfriend Tyga. Unpeeled's pop culture reporter Katie Lane joins us now for the latest on the Scott Jenner melodrama. Katie, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, you guys.
So what happened between these two?
So really, the split news kind of arrived after Jenner went to Justin and Hailey Bieber's wedding by herself. So a lot of reasons are being thrown around as to why the split happened. They were reportedly fighting. Kylie Jenner was having trouble trusting Travis Scott. And Scott stressed that he had been stressed dropping new music. And one of the big things was Jenner reportedly wanted to have another baby. So that caught my attention. But sources were talking to different news outlets saying that the couple aren't officially calling quits. They're just taking some time apart. So not sure if this is going to last. They have had other issues in the past and have split up before. So this time might just be the same, but it might not.
Right, and so we know Kylie Jenner's a billionaire, so she can honestly have as many kids as she wants. She can do it by herself. I have faith they'll get it together, but the internet went really crazy over this. Can you break down exactly what happened between them?
Sure, yeah. So fans were coming together in support of the couple. A lot of them thought that they were this big Hollywood power couple, but might not be the case. So a lot of fans said that they were really sad about the split. They took to the internet to speculate why the couple split. So a lot of people were saying, again, Jenner wanting a bigger family, Scott wanting to focus on his music. But they also brought up the idea of Scott cheating on Jenner. Ooh. So, yeah.
That's a deal breaker, no matter how much money you have.
All right, so we've heard the opinions of everyone on Twitter and social media, but what does the couple have to say about the fans' reactions to this?
So days after the split made the news, Jenner addressed her relationship with Scott on Twitter, saying that they are on great terms, but their main focus right now is their daughter, Stormy. She said, our friendship and our daughter are our #1 priority. So Scott actually spoke out about the false cheating rumors on his Instagram story, and he said that they were, quote, simply not true. He said that he is focusing on life, music, and whatever happens, really. So again, not sure how long this break will last, if it's definite, but we'll see.
Wow, so you've been doing a lot of research into this, so you know the ins and outs. Do you have faith that they'll get back together?
I don't know. Same things happened before. They've gone down this road many times. Hopefully they will, but we can just wait and see.
All right, Katie Lane, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And coming up, Simone Biles continues adding to her legacy at the 2019 Gymnastics World Championships.
Find out what new moves now have her name next on Unpeeled.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed.
I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it.
I just want my family to be safe.
But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Oh, sorry, you caught me on Instagram. Well, while I'm on the subject, follow us on Instagram at CitrusTV Entertainment. I did a little Instagram takeover on there today, and one Instagram-worthy moment was what Olympic gold medal winner Simone Biles did to make history. The acclaimed gymnast nailed her signature triple-double move at the World Championships in Germany last weekend, leading to Team USA's Twitter announcing that the move will officially be named the Biles 2. In light of the news, Biles responded with humility, stating, "At the end of the day, I'm still a human being before I'm Simone Biles, the superstar." Filling in for Mason Horoditsky this evening is Unpeeled's own Chris Sachi to discuss the historic achievement. Chris, thanks so much for coming on, man.
Guys, thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm back on the sports beat filling in for Mason, like you said. I've been known for my takes on the sports beat before. I have a take today. We've been sleeping on the sport of gymnastics for way too long. Roll the clip of Simone Biles doing her Biles 2. It is fantastic. The way she moves her body, she is an absolute legend. 21 championships in her 22 years on this earth. I mean, do the math, guys. That is incredible stuff.
Yeah, that's unreal. I'm 20 years old, and I don't have anywhere close to any near 22 championships.
Yeah. So, do you think the sport will take off like you think it can? You say it has place for growth.
Yes.
In what ways can it grow?
Well, first of all, the clip that of Biles doing her Biles move, her triple double, her double double, those are in her arsenal. Get those onto Instagram. There's an account, House of Highlights. I'm sure you know it, Max. Yep. 14.4 million followers on IG. There's the footage right there. Get that on Instagram. Get that to casual fans.
Unreal.
Look at that. Look at the body movement. Let everyone see that, because this might be the first time people in here, people watching, have seen some of this stuff. Like, she's making history again, so get that in the minds of the casual fans. Get people going on this great sport. And also, just a little side effect to how good Biles can be. As a gymnast, you have to appeal to get your moves done. We talked about the triple-double, the double-double. She appealed to the International Federation of Gymnastics. First, they said no because the moves would be too dangerous and too hard. And, of course, the irony is that gymnastics is all about pushing the boundaries. And, staying on the topic of the International Federation of Gymnastics, they got to move on, too, from the Larry Nassar situation. Talk about growing the sport, growing the game. We'll move on from that. Maybe time is the best healer for that situation, but I think spreading the game and moving on from your past kind of troubles is the way gymnastics can get back in the game.
So it was an historic achievement. Now let's move into the history side of it. Will Simone Biles go down as one of the most decorated athletes ever?
I think she already is. At the age of 22, like I said, 21 chips, I mean, that's incredible. I think when you think about top athletes ever, she should be up there with MJ, Tom Brady, best players, athletes ever. She's up there. The math is insane. She has moves named after her. She's pulling off some of the best things that we've seen in the world of sports, in the gymnastics sport that I think is slept on. She's a legend in the making already. We got to kind of market the sport better. We got to give some love in America, not just in Olympic times, but any time of the year to the sport of gymnastics.
I agree. So, like you said, how it can, become bigger. Will it become bigger, though, is the big question.
Unfortunately, as much as I'm tooting the horn here and saying it should grow, I'm not sure if this will happen, simply because during the Olympics, gymnastics is a pretty solid staple in what we're thinking of due to the power of Simone Biles. It's kind of like, though, track and tennis. Those sports haven't really taken off. They're more individual sports instead of the team game, the team aspect that we love at a baseball, football, basketball, the top three sports, hockey as well. Those are the sports. People love the team element. They love something to rally behind. And unfortunately, gymnastics, just like track, tennis, isn't going to get up there, I think, just because it's more of a individualistic approach to the game.
All right, Chris Sachi, thank you so much. And the Emmy-winning docuseries E! True Hollywood Story is finally back on the air. After a 5-year hiatus, the program came back strong last Sunday with an episode focused around the icon herself, Kim Kardashian. During its original 23-year run, the program gave viewers a look behind the curtain of celebrities' lives, showing exciting insights and never-seen-before stories. Here with more on the E! Series revamp is Unpeeled's TV reporter, Carissa D'Agostino. Carissa?
Thanks, Carmella. It's official. E! True Hollywood Story is back, and the documentary-style TV series aired its first episode of the rebooted show this past Sunday, after taking a nearly 5-year break. With the series making a comeback, I wanted to take you guys through the show's 19-season run. It starts in May 1996. The show airs a special about the infamous murder of model and actress Rebecca Schaeffer. Fast forward to October 1996, the documentary-style series becomes a weekly hour-long show on the E! Network. The first official season aired from February 1997 to December 1997. The first season focused on stars that were living and deceased while also focusing on pop culture events like the Selena murder trial. Season 2 aired for almost an entire year from January 1998 to December 1998. This season featured multiple episode specials on the Kennedys, Elvis, and 2 different specials on O.J. Simpson. Season 3 featured new episode topics that delved into Gilligan's Island and the Partridge Family. Season 4 gave us an intriguing episode focused on the playmate Rebecca Armstrong, who was diagnosed with HIV in 1989. Season 5 shifted to focusing largely on movies and TV shows. It dedicated an episode to showing viewers behind the scenes of E! True Hollywood Story. Season 6 featured a Stories of the Year episode focusing on all of pop culture through an hour-long special. Season 7 began to focus on people outside of Hollywood like Katie Couric, former President Bill Clinton, and Princess Diana. Season 8 really shook up the type of stories the show was telling. They covered critical issues like murder and the media machine, and supermodels beyond skin deep. Season 9 featured documentary-styled stories about shows from the past, like I Love Lucy, Wheel of Fortune, and Full House. Season 10 was jam-packed with features like Chandra Levy and the Capitol Hill Murders and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Season 11 and 12 focused heavily on celebrity and TV show stories. The episode featured Britney Spears, John Stamos, and Steven and Liv Tyler. Season 13 brought us an episode that highlighted the best E! True Hollywood stories ever told. Season 14 is when we began to see a cut in the amount of episodes each season had. It featured only 12 episodes. After this, season 15 and 16 had only 10 episodes, season 16 had 9, and season 17 had 2 episodes, leaving the future of the show looking a little grim. Season 18 renewed some hope with the show airing 7 episodes. Finally, in 2015, the 19th season produced 2 episodes, but was canceled before the episode aired. The E! Network said the new revamped show featured self-contained documentaries that explore a topic, headline, or person that become ground zero for a revolution, change, or shift in culture. Despite my own excitement about the return of the show, others have questioned if it's worth bringing back. So will this return of the show be a success or short-lived? We'll have to wait and see. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Carissa. I learned so much there. I mean, that was incredible. Well, Marvel movies have achieved the highest grossing openings for years, but the new movie starring a DC villain may be giving them a run for their money.
That's right, Max. After the break, we'll break down the movie's Joker's success as well as the controversies it has caused in its first week in theaters. Next on Unpeeled.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
In spite of heightened security and concerns about potential violence, the controversial drama Joker made history this weekend. The Todd Phillips-directed film set box office records and is getting significant awards buzz. To discuss the ramifications of the Joker's success and what it means to the film industry, we now bring back Liam Crowley along with our film reporter, Andrew Goldberg. So thank you both for being here.
Thank you. Very excited.
So Liam, we'll start with you. What kind of box office reaction did the Joker get?
Well, this movie, was a hit. A box office haul of $96.2 million in its opening weekend. For notice, that is an October opening weekend record, beating last year's Venom by nearly $16 million. That's huge. It nearly doubled its budget in its opening weekend of $55 million, and it scored a record opening for the month of October, $39 million on Friday alone. People were going out in droves to see this movie. It's the biggest box office opening for Todd Phillips, the director, Joaquin Phoenix, and Robert De Niro. That guy's been in cinema for how long, and this is his biggest opening now. It goes to show how big this movie is. Joker also rolled out in 4,374 theaters, edging Venom's record of 4,350 theaters for the biggest amount of screens in October. And despite the controversy surrounding its release, the box office clearly reflects that people are going out in droves to see this movie.
Yeah, Liam, let's talk about that controversy surrounding the release. I'm going to talk to Andrew about this one. So, Andrew, there's a lot of controversy, especially security reasons. Were those concerns justified?
Well, Max, you're right. There were a lot of concerns about security going into this, and I think if you look at both the content of the film and also the history of similar films like this one, those concerns were justified, and I think beefing up security was a really smart idea. I mean, I think we can all remember what happened back in 2012 with the shooting in Aurora, Colorado, with the premiere of The Dark Knight Rises, and that scared a lot of people with good reason. I mean, that was a tragic event, and some people say it was due to some of the content that was seen in that movie. So leading up to the premiere of Joker, which was publicized as something that was really going to, cause a lot of controversy and discuss some difficult topics, theaters took notice, and while thankfully there haven't been any reports of violence or shootings or anything like that so far, there have been a couple incidents of note. In Chicago, 2 men were arrested for causing a big disturbance in one of the showings, and also in New York, security had to throw a man out of one of the showings because he was laughing and cheering during some of the murder scenes. Ooh. So definitely some cause for concern there, absolutely.
And Andrew, you say that the importance of security was important during this. So after seeing the film, what are some of the questionable themes that are controversial?
So this movie really takes a big swing at a lot of different themes. They touch on disability, mental illness, classism, among a host of other topics. And I think how you perceive the movie taking them on really depends on what you were looking for going into it and maybe what your agenda is. And I think it's safe to say that there are some definite hits and also some definite misses. But one point that a lot of fans and also mostly critics really were talking about going into this was, does the content of this movie sort of glorify a character like the Joker and even to some extent mass shooters in general? And my take was, after seeing the movie, I don't think a rational person would look at the content of the film and say that what the Joker is doing and his acts are positive or something that should be replicated at all. But there are certain scenes, especially towards the end, where he does come off sort of as a hero or even a revolutionary leader. And I think someone can look at that and say, maybe we shouldn't be promoting that kind of content. And I don't really agree with that message, but you can definitely be interpreted that way.
So Liam, let's go back to the film. Do you anticipate this film getting more grounded comic book characters in future movies?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw in 2017, Logan was a very grounded take on the Wolverine character. Now with Joker, having a very realistic take. I mean, nothing in this movie seemed kind of out of whack to me. There were no crazy powers. It was a very realistic take, and there are so many characters in comic books that deserve this kind of take. One that's actually rumored that came out today from Collider Rumor Mill, one of their shows, that they're thinking about doing a Lex Luthor movie starring Ryan Gosling. Now that's something I'm very excited about.
Liam, thanks so much, man. Guys, thanks so much.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Liam and Andrew, for coming on. So thanks. All we have for you tonight on Peelers. I'm Max Chadwick.
And I'm Carmella Boykin. Tune in to the next week for more of your favorite entertainment news. Have a good night.